Welcome to Neoscience of Professor Ravinder Nath,
Thank you, Andy.
Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kashmir.
Yeah.
Welcome to our Neoscience Hub channel.
So I am happy to be part of this interview of Neoscience channel, and now I request you to ask any questions related to my.
Of course, we are honored to have you here today, sir. Great day today. And thanks for your consent for accepting our invitation for a small interaction today. Before going into the details of your current position of Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kashmir, we will go a little back, Professor sir.
Yes.
Your upbringing was in Warangal.
Yes.
So we wanted to know how it influenced to make a pursuit of career in academia.
So actually, I consider myself as a first generation graduate. It was my father's moral and ethical legacy and the motivation he provided, showcasing my brother's accomplishments. So that I must complete my education to make a good career. So it was my first brother who was a graduate in the family. Then he became a role model and a inspiration to subsequent brothers, because we are a family of 10 members, 2 sisters and 8 brothers. So my eldest sister, she supported the education of my eldest brother for completing his graduation at that time from Osman University. Then he did librarian science from Bangalore University, and subsequently he is appointed as a district librarian in Warangal. So that was the thing we consider ourselves was part of the education. And also I was motivated and inspired by my school teacher, Sri J. Lakshmaya Garu. So he is no more now, but he is the person who tried to draw the hidden talent in me. And so he made me to study and aspire the higher goals of career. That's what I can say.
Very nice. So you were there with Osmania University and Kakatiya University first, then Osmania University, and you did your chemistry and also biotechnology. So your educational path, could you please explain to our audience?
So after completing my school from Government Markaji High School, then I joined for my intermediate in Government Junior College. So after completion of intermediate, I was supposed to join in a degree at CKM College. At the time, it was offering a new program of job-oriented courses, that is BSc Industrial Chemistry. As one of the candidates got admitted in that particular program. So being the first student of that new program, we have an opportunity to explore a lot through industrial training. So during that time, we have an opportunity to visit Hyderabad in number of industries, and Karimnagar, Godavarkani, Mancherial and other places. So there we got what a role of an accomplished graduate in industrial economy. So then once we became more of chemistry subject there, then immediately I have an opportunity to get into master's program. But at the time I took a 1-year gap to join in the master's program, and then I joined for the master program in chemistry. So I completed my master program in chemistry, then I wrote the CSR entrance examination. So that enabled me to get the JRF fellowship. So immediately I joined for the PhD program. So in the process of before joining a PhD program in Osman University, I have an opportunity to get admission in University of Hyderabad for MPhil program, and an opportunity to get admission in IIT Delhi for PhD program directly. So though I was there for 1.5 months in IIT Delhi pursuing PhD, but I was not accustomed for the food life of the North Indian at the time. I was having hyperacidity. So then I dropped my PhD in IIT Delhi and came back and Usmania University, joined with the GRF fellowship which I am having. So while pursuing the PhD, then I thought the teaching as one of the best career to get into, where you can pursue a research as well as teaching in the university service. So this led me to complete my PhD program there. Subsequently, when after completion of PhD, so some of my friends went to US, so they told me the cutting edge area in the US is at the moment biotechnology. If you get any kind of training in the biotechnology area, your placement will be in the US is easier. So then I finished MTech biotechnology program at the time the JNTU has given the notification. During entrance test, I got the second rank, then I got the admission. So after completion of biotechnology, I got US visa to go abroad. At the same time, I have an opportunity to attend the interview in Usmania University in the technology department. So where the biotechnology was one of the specialization for chemical engineering students used to be offered. Because of my qualification, so I got the job in Usmania University and also a visa in hand to go abroad.
Very nice.
So at the time, the vice chancellor told me, so you complete your probation and go, then no problem. If you go now, your opportunity of having an employment in India, you will lose it. So then I joined the Usmania University service. So that is my entry into the career at that time.
We observed that you have a versatility of research experience in various fields, more than 1, 2, 3, 4, chemistry, pharmacy, environmental science and biotechnology. So what was the trigger, sir? How this passion drove you to all these research experiences in these diverse fields?
Actually, true to speaking, chemistry is such a subject you can enter into any field so easily.
Rightly,
Any
sir.
other field without chemistry, it cannot flourish also. So the basic foundation, strong foundations of chemistry helped me to enter into everything. When I was a student of industrial chemistry, I got the knowledge of environmental chemistry. Because every industry is the cause of pollution, they also know how to find the solution for that pollution. So there I learned certain things, so which I used to work to some extent understanding the environmental pollution problems while pursuing the chemistry. But without the knowledge of the biomolecules, the biochemistry, chemistry is not going to make anything workable to the pharmaceutical industry. So that has helped to enter into biotechnology program. So how the biomolecules are going to play a vital role in developing the drug candidates and other things. So another important thing, certain chiral molecules are playing a vital role in specific drug action, and synthesis of that chiral molecules always ends up with the isomers, so racemers mainly. So if selective synthesis if you want to do, it will be the enzyme mediated synthesis is going to make only the selective synthesis which is having the works as a drug candidate. So that is the reason the knowledge of biotechnology has helped me a lot to develop the drug candidates in the through chemistry model. And my PhD was the natural product chemistry, and I was working on certainly the application of natural products in the medicinal chemistry area, so pharmaceutical area. So in that way, after completion of my MTech, I started my career in College of Technology. From there, I moved to US for postdoc position. Because of my versatility of knowledge in chemistry and biotechnology, I have got an opportunity to work in a pharmacy department to develop certain mutant molecules in that particular laboratory. So especially the breast cancer drugs which getting modified, mutated in a biological action process.
Oncology drugs.
Oncology related molecules. So then I developed some standard markers of that metabolites. So that has led to a different field of working now. So then after coming back, I was given an opportunity to serve as the chairman board of studies in pharmacy. So then I was looking after all the affiliated colleges, their research and other things. So it is continued my research in that area.
That's very nice. It's amazing to see that you are interrelated from chemistry. You joined chemistry, you started, then you applied to biotechnology, then you went to environmental science, then you went to pharmacy. It's amazing. Further, why did you stop, sir? You could have gone to microbiology, which is also helping there.
No, it is not like that. Microbiology is one of the part of biotechnology studies only. Without microbes, we can't do anything. So normally, the microbes has helped to isolate certain enzymes. So that we have effectively utilized it. And even my MTech project is also related to the cell immobilization. So I used some fungal microorganisms for immobilization of cells, and then I isolated the certain enzymes. So for biotransformation studies of some natural molecules. So this was the interrelated subject only. Microbiology, biochemistry, and genetics is also part of the biotechnology. So that is one advantage I used to have. While designing the biotechnology program at College of Technology, we have taken care of how the interdisciplinary enterprise make more stronger the students. So mainly, especially I took the 8 different disciplines: the chemistry, the physics, the molecular biology, genetic engineering, microbiology, and so on. Just the subjects I considered. Even the genetics also plays, and also biochemistry is also another way. So these 8 disciplines made cluster into the biotechnology, and accordingly we designed the syllabus for the undergraduate programs by BTech Biotechnology. So instead of teaching the biophysics, and we used to teach the biophysics to them, so that it will be easier for the physics students to how to go into the applied area of biology. And similarly in chemistry, instead of that, we used to teach bioorganic chemistry. So that's why the students are more stronger with that particular graduate degree compared to later. So that is, I feel, that is only the discipline undergraduate program which we designed, offered in affiliated colleges, Chaitanya Bharati Institute of Technology, sustained till today, the BTech program. Rest of the universities which are having BTech programs from JNTU affiliation and other things could not sustain. The strong foundations of the syllabi we designed for them, so they could continue that program, and students are getting admitted into that institution, so without any interruption.
Fabulous, sir. We appreciate. It's a nice learning from you. Sir, could you also please tell about one or two pivotal research projects where you are led and that made a significant impact on in your own field?
Actually, my first research project when I joined in the College of Technology, it is related to food processing and preservation technology.
Oh.
So at the time when I joined, there is a program which is to be offered in the College of Technology, because it was a single department college, came only offering chemical engineering programs, and we then Vice Chancellor thought of diversifying that institution into with multidiscipline. So he was asking us to start textile technology program and leather technology program. Then we thought, why can't we have the food processing technology, because one of our alumnus is on a visit to the college. He was a professor at Cornell University, and he gave some inputs. You can start, this is a major cutting edge area at the moment. The country, there are only limited institutions are offering. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, there are no such institutions offering food technology programs. So based on his guidance, I submitted with my senior teacher then. He was the Dean of the Faculty of Technology. So we submitted a proposal to the MHRD. Then we got 10 lakhs at the time as a project. So with that, some infrastructure we created. Then we thought of starting the food technology program. At that time, I tried to draw the syllabus from various institutions in the country and as well as abroad. So that also has helped to make one of the strong syllabus oriented program, which is still today is continued. Now it has MTech and PhD programs also in the College of Technology. So secondly, when I attended one induction program conducted at uh, Coimbatore, that is PhD College of Technology. So there I learned how to effectively transform your pedagogy using educational technology tools. So that is another one just I submitted on my own. So that I got the 5 lakhs from the AICT. So continuing education programs using educational technology tools. So for the conducting for service candidates certain workshops like that using of that. So the thirdly another project is in environment science with my another colleague we submitted to the UUC. So environmental impact and management studies related. So that also I got as a co-investigator, we got another 5 lakhs of that. Then I moved to US for PDF. So in the PDF I had to work on developing the breast cancer drugs, which is the best possible available in the market. So developing standard markers for mutagenic studies. So that was the research. So after first year in the NIH project, so my professor started an incubator company in the university. So he offered me one position in that with a high pay package. So when I joined, it was $25,000 per annum as a postdoc fellow under NIH project. But he offered me $40,000 in a year's time. So through that industry project. So that has given me to develop various process development techniques, alternative methods for the existing. Because one of the challenging problem I noticed, a person who want to develop one breast cancer drug, one intermediate is required. That intermediate is synthesized by carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride as a solvent. So now carbon tetrachloride being a restricted solvent, FDA is not approving that particular route. So I had to replace the carbon tetrachloride with another solvent for synthesizing that intermediate. So then I worked based on the my chemistry knowledge has helped me to change the solvent based on the solubility product.
What was the solvent, sir?
So that is I used at the time removed by chlorobenzene. It is the chlorobenzene. I used it. So tetrachlorine also, chloroethane also we attended. Then we used the chlorobenzene. The chlorobenzene was one of the...
It was not restricted.
It was not restricted at that time. So okay. Chlorobenzene we used for that. But one advantage is that the boiling point range of these two solvents are more or less close to each other. The reason is refluxing temperature is also to the range of its boiling temperature. So other solvents are not meeting to that, and solubility of the raw materials also another important thing too. So in the chlorobenzene it is very soluble, and even it is 4 degrees more than the carbon tetrachloride. So then I used that one. So since the reflux temperature is around 73 degrees centigrade, chlorobenzene was around 78 degrees. So it worked out well in making the product. So after that, the product purification was another challenging task was there. So that particular process in neutralization, they are using the sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide giving the sodium sulfate crystals at the end. So the filtration was very tough. Then I change that particular base using the ammonium hydroxide. So ammonium hydroxide not giving any crystals, then filtration was easy, and so that was the process development has been accepted by the FDA, and subsequently that work was patented, and the company which sponsored has accepted only because they gave this particular project to the 3 countries. So we are the successful bidders to give the technology to them. So that has helped me.
Excellent, doctor. Excellent. It is nice to hear from you these type of research projects. So you have held different various leadership positions. You are dean of few faculties. You are HOD of pharmacy and biotechnology. We wanted to know how these roles have shaped your leadership style.
Actually, soon after returning from US, my head of department and principal, they realized Ravinder is having a specialized expertise in the pharmacy department. Let us give the chairman board of studies position to him for the pharmacy, because there are a number of affiliated colleges are wanted to be with Usman University at the time. So there is no proper guidance is they are in a position to provide from the institution itself. Since I am having that exposure, they interested me. The first and foremost thing I did it the revision of syllabus. So then during the revision of syllabus, there is a restriction of Pharmacy Council of India used to be there. But I have taken the dare step because there is a 30% deviation can be there from the any model syllabus. That much I know from the UGC regulations. So based on that,
found the syllabus was not appropriate?
No, it is not appropriate. The reason is the problem is the failure of students in a specialized subject. Especially, I would like to tell you. Immediately, I conducted one departmental committee meeting with all. There are about 8 affiliated colleges are there. So with those principals, I conducted the meeting. So they were representing that students are not able to cope up with the mathematics paper because most of them are coming from biology stream to the pharmacy. And there are 2 mathematics papers are there. Those 2 mathematics papers are very strong and failure rates is very high. Killing them. So then the students are some otherwise drop out or something discontinuing is happening. So then I realized let us discuss with the mathematics department. And at the time, we used to have the Subba Reddy sir in Usman University as a director computer center. So he used to give valid inputs because I am thinking of starting in place of mathematics. I should start pharmacoinformatics is one of the things. Then he told me if you want to introduce pharmacoinformatics, that is a new and cutting edge area because computer science is related to that and pharma. So you cannot remove the mathematics in toto. He suggested you can have one mathematics paper, one biostatistics paper, and then have pharmacoinformatics. So in that way, we worked out, and pharmacoinformatics lab also we designed for final year students. So that has helped our students for placements in industry as more, and it is one of the most attractive course structure Usmania is having at the time. So even the university college like Kakatiya University and other JNTU affiliated colleges not able to attract the best talent as Usmania affiliated colleges used to have because of our syllabus structure and flexibility which we have made it, and failures we minimized. So these things helped a lot to them. So that is one of the, thereby 18 colleges to now 22 colleges it became subsequently. 8 colleges to 22 more affiliations has come up to the Usmanity. Finally, in the 2009, we started our own program in pharmacy in masters because we have one advantage of the things is Usmania is having the department as per statute and faculty is also as per statute. Because when Kakatiya University was established, the PG center is part of the Usman University. So the pharmacy program which started in Usman University has been transferred to Kakatiya University. So now it was in hibernation, we revived and we started the pharmacy programs in the Usmania.
So you have held several leadership positions,
yeah.
Dean of various university faculties and HOD of Pharmacy and Biotechnology. How these have shaped your leadership style?
So it is started when I was a student in the school. So I used to get the attention of my teachers for one or other reasons. Maybe responding to their questions or otherwise my active participation in any of the things. So in that way I was a class representative elected unopposed.
Very nice.
Even before that I was class monitor also by election. Okay. So that leadership qualities continued even degree and other post-graduation also. Even after the research scholar session also I was part of the heading the Nizam College unit as a secretary. So these things has been, but when I joined as a teacher faculty in the Usman University, the first and foremost assignment was NSS program officer and in charge examination branch. These 2 things has been assigned to me. Of course, the in charge as examination I used to disseminate or discharge the responsibilities more effectively and to the perfection. But when assigned a program officer, I thought of doing some visibility should be there, whatever the program officer is supposed to do. The role and responsibility thought of it and I made that one. There was a new building construction in our campus. Before that mold wing, there is a lot of low dump area is there. There is no land leveling is not possible. So I thought of leveling that area. So a lot of earth material is required for leveling that area, that dump area. So there was a construction of bridge in Tarnaka is going on. So when they are digging the for pillars, lot of material they are transported somewhere else. Immediately I went and tried to contact the concerned engineer of that particular project. That engineer is happened to be, executive engineer is happened to the alumnus of Usman University. When I told him, you are sending somewhere else, you send that earth material to clear our dump. So in that way, he obliged and that material has been dumped in the campus. We leveled with that. Then we done some landscaping and partition.
It was your initiative.
It was my initiative. So how the things voluntary services effectively to be utilized in the NSS program, sir, I made a reflection. So as I told you, we made good amount of cyclone relief fund, also about 25,000 through the students' contributions and collections. So after that, I was made as a member of NSS advisory committee of the university. Normally, a professor level used to be there. Only as a lecturer, I was nominated in that advisory committee level. So subsequently, we are part of the university, part of the cyclone relief fund rehabilitation. We went physically, we served in one of the coastal areas, Amlapuram area. So then afterwards, I was part of assigned as a NSS coordinator during the Ramakrishna SR as a vice chancellor. So I was only 6 months was there. Then I moved to US for the postdoc. Those 6 months I made that training and center to be functional more effective, because there are more than 6 lakhs outstandings of finances was due. I could submit to the Ministry of Government of India Youth Affairs, and I got that money which was used to run the programs. So then I left for US. In the US, I completed my postdoc for 4 years successfully, even though they don't want to really to go back. So the then Vice Chancellor Professor D.C. Reddy writing letters, you should come back, your leave has exhausted, otherwise you should resign. And at the time I was given the in absentia promotion also, associate professor. So then since the promotion was there, why I should let, and I came back here. Soon after coming back, they entrusted some responsibility as a chairman board of studies. That I continued successfully. Then biotechnology I continued. Then I led the role of a coordinator of technology and quality improvement program. And subsequently I started the pharmacy biotechnology program under the techie program, because one cutting edge technology course has to be introduced. So I was successful in introducing MTech biotechnology. Then with that program, we lot of equipment, 4.5 crores worth of equipment we procured. So then I thought, let us optimum utility is supposed to be there. So then the then Vice Chancellor Tirupati wanted to introduce M.Pharm programs in the College of Technology. So I initiated the proposal, because we have 4.5 crores of worth of equipment. Let us pharmaceutical analysis program should start along with that, because chemistry is also another important area. So these things we have rich contributing people are available. Then we started that M.Pharmacy program. Then I was sought by the university administration as a Dean Development. So as a Dean Development, I had played a key role in getting the university with potential for excellence. During my tenure, there are about 18 departments used to have staff status. I could have able to make 23 departments as staff status, and only 2 departments used to have CA status, and 6 departments I made the CA status, enhanced another 4.
Excellent.
Like that, there are about 200 crores worth of projects were operating in my tenure. I was also continued. After 2 years, I asked for change, relief, but the Vice Chancellor wanted me to continue. Then after that, Vice Chancellor completed his tenure, and in charge Vice Chancellor asked me to continue. Then I was fed up for 5 years. Then for the change I was seeking, then there was a deputation was sought by the Manu Maulana Azad National University to go over there as a Dean Academic to introduce the choice-based credit system for them. The CBCS I launched very effectively in the Manu, with the migration between the distance education as well as the regular mode of CBCS, choice-based credit system. So then I was also the planning and development special officer for them. So from that, about 157 crores capital assets I brought for them, and I created the infrastructure to that extent. Not only in the campus, it is there off campuses in Nu, Bhopal, Kadapa, and Cuttack and Darbhanga. These 5 places I got the new buildings done for the various programs offered by them. So that is the status for 3 years. Then I came back here to take up my due faculty, Dean Technology and Faculty of Pharmacy, Dean Faculty of Pharmacy. I completed both here, and soon after superannuation, I was requested by the JNTU Vice Chancellor to join as Emeritus Professor. But when I joined there, I got the Faculty Fellowship, BSR Faculty Fellowship. That is one of the prestigious one, because a teacher who completed minimum 3 projects in the last 10 years of service and produced at least 15 PhDs are with a Scopus index of 50 cumulative index mainly, and there is about 100 citations are supposed to be there. So I was fitting into that. Then I got that fellowship at the time. Then again my friend who joined as a Vice Chancellor at Central University of Karnataka, he requested me to join as a professor back there.
Central University of Karnataka.
There
biotechnology professor.
Biotechnology. So then I directly under floating post, he is directly admitted me as a professor there, appointed me as a professor. So after going over there, so the life sciences doesn't have the professor at all. So I was the first professor at the time. So then I looked at the things because they entrusted me to look after the NAC accreditation is due, IQSC to play as a mentor role for them. So I was instrumental in how to get the data and how the meet the parameter devised by the NAC accreditation system. So NAAC, that's a NAC accreditation system. So they were the people's worked as a coordinator were happy with my mode of mentoring and guiding. So they are able to realize now they are ready for the things.
That was your initiative.
That was NAAC. In that there was there, but it was not functional. Oh. So I made it to functional. That's all. And I also introduced some 2 cutting edge courses for life science students. One is recombinant DNA drugs and another one is biosimilars. It's a 2 credits course each. So during my 1 year tenure there, I served those particular teaching those 2 subjects. And also it is helpful in the NAC grading also, what the new cutting edge courses are useful. So this is a little journey. Then actually when I was the Dean Faculty of Technology, I applied for the Vice Chancellor position at the Central University of Kashmir. It was the thing is just I applied at the time for some of the universities only for the reason is this Kashmir University, no one was applying to go there. But at least if I get a call letter, I will have an experience of how the interview will be there. So in that way, I attended. I was succeeded that. Subsequently, I got even shortlisted for Tejpur University, Assam also. So these 2 and Mahatma Gandhi University of Bihar also I was there, and Manu also I was shortlisted, but some other reasons that I could not make it. And IFLU also I was shortlisted, but these 2 universities I didn't opt because by that time I came to know I was shortlisted in Kashmir as well as in the Tejpur University. So finally it is Kashmir University, it is ended up for me.
So which role was very instrumental in preparing for your VC role, sir?
Yeah, actually one of the best thing as a Dean Development and Dean Academics, these 2 roles has helped them because Dean Development has enabled me to all the 12 faculties of the university, 53 departments of the universities. I used to have a total understanding their progress, their everything. So because I am part of their departmental meetings and everything. As a dean academics, I was instrumental to interact with all the heads of the department and the school deans. So these things, the overall university structure, I used to have in terms of infrastructure, academics and research and finances.
You are also there in CFSD, right, sir? Center for Sustainable Development.
No, it is not sustainable development, it is CFRD. Actually, I am not only as a dean development, dean academics and planning development, I am instrumental in creating the institutional structures and institutional infrastructure, both. So institutional structure means I created 2 new offices. Dean office off campus is in Manu and Directorate of Admissions in Manu. Whereas in here, I was instrumental in creating central analytical facility at College of Technology and upgrading of central facilities for research and development in Usman University. Because under UP, we got a focus area research scheme. Through that, we added 1 more floor. In that floor, we created some advanced research laboratories for chemical engineering, chemistry, physics, and biomedical engineering, along with the incubation facilities. So that's what the idea we were having. So earlier it is only G+1 building. When Professor Anand Swami wanted to develop one instrumentation facility, subsequent Vice Chancellor wanted to convert that into central student facility. Then during the period of the Tirupati Rao, we converted them to central facilities for research and development. So that I tried to upgrade during the period of Professor S. Satyanarayana into the both instrumentation and incubation facilities. That mean the institutional structures which I was. So in that there are a number of under UP we created Center for Intellectual Property Rights. So okay, one of the things just
IPR.
Another one is Center for Professional Advancement and Continuing Education. So these 2 bodies just we added in that as a part of outreach.
Wonderful, Doctor. We would like to know, in your current position of Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kashmir, what were all the challenges and also expectations, and what were your immediate priorities?
Actually, when I took over the charge as Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kashmir, though it is almost a 15 years old university, it doesn't have its own infrastructure. That is means basic buildings and facilities. Though good number of students are enrolled for that particular university, around 3,000 students, which is an approved 3,000 students. It is an approved intake by the Ministry of Education. So I thought I must give the priority to the infrastructure. Then subsequently I noticed there is a lacuna of regular faculty. About 195 positions, approved positions, only 75 regular faculty are there, remaining all are contract faculty. So because of that, we are not able to progress in the research front more effectively. Thirdly, the students are suffering from the hostel accommodation. So that is also another way we are not able to attract the best students across the country. So how we have to ensure the diversity to happen and how we have to work on these things. And more than the policies, most of the things are practices are in vogue. So that I thought of creating certain policies in the system. Actually, any higher education system goes with the 3 important things. One is provisions, second one is persons, third one is processes.
True.
The provisions includes the infrastructure and good finance. These 2 are the provisions. The persons are all the stakeholders, whether it is students, whether it is faculty, whether it is staff and other governance system, whatever are there. So processes includes the governing structures, mainly the rules, regulations and procedures, policies and its compliance also. So these are the priority area just I was focusing on. So I thought of putting the immediate DPR to be done. So before getting the DPR done, why this project has been delayed, I thought of it. Normally, any higher education institution, three important things are required. One of them is the access. Okay, the access by means of road, by means of rail, by means of air. That is airport access and railway station access and road, highway access. So these three we are far off. One thing. Another thing is the developed land. So the developed land we have been provided with, it is a valley because surrounded by hills. So during summer the snow melts and water flows. This land is totally marshy and construction cost is going very high to that extent. That is, if it is 40,000 is stipulated rate by the Ministry of Education, the quotations are the estimates prepared for 83,000 per square meter. So that is the reason the ministry has asked to stop any construction in that area and requested the state government to provide alternative land. So alternative land, they are not in a position to provide same what the stipulated area supposed to be given as 500 acres. So they are giving only 100 acres or piece of land, 10 acres, 20 acres like that. So the ministry didn't accept, and moreover this land which is located is little away from the city, and as I said, it is not access to the railway station or access to the highway. So students are not interested to come, and teachers are also not interested to come, and staff is also not interested to move away from the city where they are living in a temporary private accommodation. They are running the programs. And local MLA was insisting to that to be transferred by all means to this place. So okay, the reason mainly I found it, there is a difference of HRA. So that is where in the Srinagar city is 18% HRA, here is 9% HRA. So this is the things I have seen it. So then that is not the main criteria, I found it. So let us see how this land can be converted into build-up place. So then before me only, the ministry has constituted one technical committee to assess whether construction is possible in this land or not. So they noticed that there is the alternative technologies, this is possible. They submitted a report on January 23. I took charge in April 23. So that report is I have gone through that. So okay, surprisingly, one of the member happened to be my colleague in leadership program training at Cambridge, and the other chairman of the committee is known to me, my colleague's brother, and know him for the past 30 years. So three members are known to me. Then I directly spoke to on the phone and tried to understand what the problem. They said it can be worked out easily. It is not a big deal. It is instead of 45,000, it may be costing around current rates 56,000 current rate. It is 2014. They are given 83,000 per square meter. So okay, after that I pursued with the ministry. Ministry has accepted that report in the month of September. By that time I was ready with the DPR in the October. The ministry thought so 740 crores is very high to go with that project, and you try to reduce, and they constituted another committee to ensure that whether they can make this the project is viable, workable. So that committee came and observed that. So they wanted to eliminate some extra costs of land grading, other things. So whatever is available in that, you try to go ahead. They made it. Instead of master plan, you revise the master plan. So based on them, just I made only academic blocks are feasible. So that I submitted. Then along with academic blocks, you need to submit hostels also. Actually, indeed, the original total master plan into implementation is required around 4,500 crores. So it is impossible to ask the ministry to provide so much amount. So then I segregated the total master plan into 6 chapters. So the chapter 1 is campus development. It is coming around 110 crores alone, the campus development, where we require the fencing or compound wall and internal roads and land grading. Actually, when state government allots land, they should give the developed land. I thought let us put this particular proposal to the state government to get the job to be done. Second priority was mine is academic blocks, because as per the mandate we are supposed to start 16 schools, and at the moment 9 schools are in vogue. Okay, one school we already one pre-engineered blocks is proposed, it is getting ready, because when I joined only foundations are going on for that. So remaining 8 schools I decided to go separately under master plan. So then after 8 schools, then I thought of going for the administrative and central facilities. So administrative building and central facilities I made into 3 things, and one is student activity center, then skill development center, and knowledge resource center. People normally thought what is knowledge resource center? So then normally instead of saying library is one among them. So I decided this into 5,000 square meters area. In that 2 floors will be for library and reading facilities. Another 2 floors will for Center for Information Technology and Data Center. And 1 floor meant for the Instructional Media Center for developing the e-content. You are asking me what are my priorities at CUK.
Yes, yes.
So one of them is the infrastructure is my priority area soon after joining, because though it is being a 15 years old university, it doesn't have its own buildings.
Really?
Yeah, that's the reason just I thought of giving it as one of the priorities.
Okay.
So in that when I looked at the things I told you earlier also, that is for any institution, higher education institution, 3 things are important. One of them is the access. Access means so it by means of road, by means of rail, and by means of air. So our land which is being given is very far away from all these 3. But at the same time, the land is not suitable for a normal construction. It needs alternative technologies to build the buildings. So that is the reason, so they have taken a lot of time. The architect which is appointed by selection or by tender process is not able to give the clear picture based on the university needs and its economies. But any kind of building it is to be done, there are 2 principles are there. One is how to optimize the space. The second is how to economize the cost, the design aspect. So that he could not provide the things, because at that time the existing rate was 45,000 square meters. They gave it is 83,000 square meters is required for this kind of quality land. So okay, then the government has asked to stop the works which is proposed, and then they constitute one technical committee to examine whether these land is suitable for the construction or not. So that technical committee, after 2 years of thorough study and soil testing and other things, so they submitted a report in the month of January 2023 before myself taking over the charge. Soon after taking over the charge, so I looked at the facilities and the report. So then the report is mentioning that so the buildings are possible in the available land with the using of alternative technology. So at the rate of 56,000 square meters in the current date. So that's the reason just I requested the ministry to approve the technical committee report so that I can submit the detailed project report of my buildings requirements. So the ministry approved that technical committee report in the month of September. I submitted detailed project report around 740 crores, adding the academics and administrative buildings only. The reason is the old master plan requires almost 4,500 crores for the 500 acres of land allocated to us. So then I divided this into 6 chapters. One is the campus development, the second one is academic blocks, third one is administrative blocks, and fourth one is amenities, and fifth one is sports and recreation facilities, and sixth one is sustainable development facilities. So these 6 chapters has a different values and sources of funding also I can approach to different agencies. The first part, normally whenever government allocates a land, they should supposed to give to the university a well developed suitable land to us. Since it requires some land grading and also the land protection by means of fencing and as well as compound wall, and providing access and internal roads in addition to the sewerage lines and electrical lines. So these are the drainage, water lines, sewerage. So this is costing around 110 crores for the government, so which I requested the Union Territory government to provide. The second one, academic blocks. So it depends upon the number of schools what we are operating. So actually, as per mandate, there are 16 schools are required, but we are operating around 9 schools at the moment. So in the 9 schools, one school, they already initiated the construction for under pre-engineering blocks, and remaining 8 schools, new construction, new buildings are required. I proposed new, every school one academic block, 8 academic blocks I proposed. Then subsequently one administrative block and 3 central facilities also I proposed under administrative facilities. So the 3 central facilities includes Student Activity Center, Knowledge Resource Center, and Skill Development Center. So then fourthly, I went for the amenities, which will be having the quarters, hostels, and guest house. So these 3 I was focusing on. So this I wanted to apply through loan. That is, Higher Education Financing Agency has been created by the ministry earlier. So it is providing the 90% grant and 10% as a loan or repayment. It is totally 100% loan only, but 90% loan is paid as a grant by the ministry and 10% towards the loan by repayment by the institution itself based on its internal receipts. So okay, if I am proposing 200 crores of projects under that, so for the hostels and quarters, so I can pay back 20 crores in 10 years of time, that 2 crores per year. So that is my 4th proposal is there. The 5th proposal or 5th chapter includes sports and recreation facilities. The sports mainly going to Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports is providing development of various grounds, indoor stadium, as well as the gym and swimming pool, like that. Even the sports field grounds also, synthetic tracks and other things. So that I wanted to submit to that Ministry Youth Affairs and Sports. And 6thly, the sustainable development facilities, it's in the biodiversity park and as well as the solar energy park I wanted to. So Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, I want to submit the solar energy park. Biodiversity park, I want to submit to the Ministry of Environment Forest. So this I thought of it, this segregation model, so which I can source out the various funding agencies for my requirements rather than depending only on the Ministry of Education for everything. So that way I structured my infrastructure requirements. Then secondly, faculty and staff recruitment. So more than 50% posts are vacant. I looked at the earlier advertisement with no recruitment has happened. Then I looked at the 2019 reservation policy. So I realigned the whatever the advertised posts according to the 2019 reservation policy endorsed by various bodies, mainly OBC cell, SC/ST cell, PWD cell, like that, wherever reservations are there. So after that, a committee has considered recommendation, then final roster points has been fixed. Then accordingly we re-advertised in the month of August. So since August, 1 month time was given to applicants, and then I commenced the recruitment process. More than 50% against 91 positions, I recruited nearly 52 people who qualified, and well qualified teachers are now with me with the postdoc experience and things. So that I completed only 2 departments out of 21 departments, only 2 departments I could not do. In meantime, the election code has come. So I expecting to complete the remaining things subsequently, and also ask for the fresh posts for the new departments which we are conceiving under NEP 2020. So this is I think. And thirdly, the main thing is their proper policies are not in place, only practices are there. So now I want to create proper policies in the institution system so that it will be beneficial to the institution to sustain, and also students to have proper support and progression possibilities. So these 3 things are my priorities in this new university. So another question you are asking, how you are focusing able to implement the NEP 2020.
Yeah, national education policy, it was your focus.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Just I would like to know. Actually, this needs a deeper understanding of any institutional leadership. Surprisingly, earlier I worked with the system of academic and administrative reforms during my tenure at Osmania University as well as in the Manu and other places. So here is also just I was trying to focus on these things. So as far as NEP concerned, there are 3 important things are there. It must be a learner ability based, learner centric curriculum to be designed. So that we have to learner centric education when we want to give. So there are 3 things are important in that. One is relevance of curricula. So UGC already defined learner outcome based curriculum framework, so that we are trying to adopt with 30% deviation possibility. So where I wanted to add 20% local requirements in the curriculum and 10% uniqueness of Central Institute of Kashmir. So that I wanted to have our own branding. And secondly is the flexibility. The flexibility is one of the things. Students have the choices of choosing of courses and choosing of timings, choosing of teachers. But initially I will go with the choice of choosing of courses. So with that we, as per NEP 2020, 6 classified subjects are there. So the classified courses are there. One is major courses, the second one is minor courses, third one is multidisciplinary courses, and fourth one is ability enhancement courses, and fifth one is skill enhancement courses, and sixth one is value added courses. So in this 4 of them will be flexible enough to students to choose from the Swayam and Swayam Plus platforms, that is massive open online courses. In addition to the university itself is going to offer in that. But university is mandated to offer major courses and minor courses. So those major courses, the discipline specific, I want to go only single major at the moment because of lack of infrastructure and sufficient number of faculty. The second minor course also departments need to offer, so that also I am focusing on that. So this way the structure CCF UP divided by the UC under CBCS we want to go ahead, choice based. And thirdly it is mobility of the students. So that I wanted to ensure. So whatever the template provided by the UC, that we want to adopt, but only curriculum is according to the design, the model we take, model curriculum we take it, and also we think to incorporate international dimension in our curriculum. So about 50% we wanted to, 40 to 50% international dimension is supposed to be there in our curriculum, so that we can attract tomorrow international students also. The secondly, 30 to 40% national mandated requirement, the best institution whatever are offering. So another 10 to 10% we will, 20% we will have the regional dimension, and 10% we would like to have the university uniqueness. We wanted to have it, that curriculum. So this we wanted to enable them to students to again deposit their credits under academic bank of credits. So we will enable the students to move to other institutions in the process of time and acquire the credits, and then that credits are transferable for the whole degree requirements. So that is the way, that is relevance, flexibility and mobility is the criteria as per NEP 2020 which we wanted to adopt it. So this way, as far as research is concerned, now I got very good faculty, and I am encouraging them to submit the research projects and intend to create the research facilities and improve the H index of the institution and as well as citation index of the institution, so that if I cross 120, probably I may attract the good number of funds from the various funding agencies. So that also my focus is there. I am trying to do it. For the newly inducted faculty, I am going to conduct one induction program, sense raising on these things. So we also look at, because the research is goes in three things. That is research ecosystem as per NEP 2020, and then research quality and research culture. The research ecosystem, again I mentioned earlier also, for the higher education system, it goes with the three things. That is provisions, persons and processes. So here is also we have to create the infrastructure research related, and we had to provide a sufficient finances to carry out the research, and also the persons, graduate students, postgraduate students, doctoral students, postdoc students and mentors. And provisions mainly the compliances, regulatory policies and other things we have to, processes mainly. So secondly, research quality goes with the 5 important things. One is publications. The quality publications I would like to focus, mainly the Scopus based journals with Q1, Q2 level ranking, they should publish it. And secondly, the patents that they have to focus on, and technology transferable is also another thing. Thirdly, the projects, the quantum of projects, what they can do. And fourthly, the partnerships, that is mainly collaborations which they are planning to do. And fifthly, with industry and academic,
foreign universities.
Yes, any institution. And fifthly is mainly the practices. So that we wanted to, what the best practice, ethical values and everything, academic honesty is one of the important thing in the research. And thirdly, I told you the research culture is another important thing. I wanted to ensure that every department should identify its thrust area or focused area. Then creation of research clusters is another thing to promote interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary research. And thirdly, how to incentivize the faculty and students is another thing. And mentor-mentee relationship also another thing. And also research ethics is also another important thing. Just we wanted to give the special priority. So this way the 3 focused areas, that is ecosystem and quality and culture in the research, we wanted to important in the institution. This is what, as far as governance is concerned, so I wanted to look into the automation and e-governance is one of the important thing which enable for the quality and accountability of the institution. As you know, when you speak about sustainable growth, there are 3 things do emerge. One is related to the technology, second related to the management, third related to the values. If you adopt technology, the productivity is improved, especially the growth sectors, that is agriculture, manufacturing, service. So that will be productivity is improved, then economy also improved. Secondly, the management, we need to look at organizational management, the structure, and in that the human resources and financial. These 3 are important in the management. And thirdly, the values are important. The reason is, the thing is, quality accountability alone is not going to make the values. It is the human consent is also going to make the values. If this is not taken as a priority, The two things, whatever best will make the growth, whatever happened
True,
through that
true.
will falls down.
Very
will
true.
falls down. There is in Telugu, there is a saying known as Peruguta, Viruguta Korake. So if values accompanied by human concerns are not there, it is not, sustainable growth is not going to happen. So with that idea, just I am moving ahead in this.
I would say that a very strong roadmap has been built by you for the future of Central University of Kashmir, with focus on implementation of national education policy, infrastructure development, research, and quality of education. All aspects you have covered.
Quality faculty also.
Yeah, faculties also, really. Yeah. Wonderful, doctor. It's a very good attempt by you. So, finally, I would like to ask you, you have any piece of advice for the youngsters, researchers, academicians?
Normally, we learn the best thing from our family only. The
Fantastic.
life and values we learn from the family only.
Rightly said.
If our parents are our model heroes,
Role model.
their role model or model heroes, then we imbibe such qualities that enable us to, any kind of assignment is given to you, involve. Involvement is important. Don't rest upon others. You have to involve and work, then you can translate the vision into a reality. So dream to visualize and act to conceptualize. That's only my ultimate.
Very nice and rightly said.
Yeah.
Do you have any inspiration from any one of your professors, mentors, that
actually-
shaped your ideas in your
No,
student
actually,
days?
I never asked what I want to do with them. I observed their conduct, how they translate the things to workable. Okay, ideas to workable. Even my teacher, my supervisor, Professor late Sundaramaya, his conduct and character is enough to emulate myself, how I have to be. There is no need what I should be, I never asked him. Even Professor late Sri J. Lakshmi, my school teacher also, is uncompromised service to the students. With the late hours, he used to take the classes for us. Especially if some other teacher is not delivering the best, he used to take that subject and used to give us.
Really?
I ensured that everyone in the class to pass. Okay, at least. So we have the students from the neighboring villages in Warangal. Everyone used to come by walk or cycle. Some of them even don't have the chappals to wear it. Without chappal, they used to come to the barefoot. They used to come to the class. So I surprised with such people. He made them to pass the examination 10th class, and subsequently they got small jobs or other things. They went ahead. I was only the student reached to this level.
Very nice.
During that batch.
Congratulations and best wishes for your new role of Vice Chancellor of Central University of Kashmir. Thank you once again for joining us today in Neoscience Hub channel. I enjoyed interacting with you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you, sir.